Hey everybody, this is Jane Sinclair. Today I'm going to be getting back and playing a little bit more of Faeria. I haven't played in a very long time. Hasn't been since before the expansion came out. I had purchased the expansion and I'll have to go through that content sometime, but right now I think what I want to do is just go and jump into some Pandora Practice. I think that'll get me a good feel back for the game. Probably won't do too well. We'll see how much I still remember. Um, yeah, let's go into the multiplayer for that. Alright, we've got blue, green, red, so no yellow for me. That's okay. I'm probably go to what I know, or as I said I was going to, which would be green, but looks like that's not going to happen right away. Okay, so gathering from the wells won't be quite as good in Pandora. That would only be good if I get a bunch of combat. This boosts from kills. Another thing from wells and just kind of a generic thing. You know, maybe we'll go in and see if we can get the combat stuff. Alright, so just kind of basic stuff here. This might not be bad, but let's look at these reds. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to build my deck around having higher attack than life. Probably not, so I'm not going to go for that. But I like this guy for getting some stuff. He seems pretty good, especially if I'm going into combat with combat effects. So this deals some damage out right away. This is a little random. Be some nice taunt, but it's only protection. And this looks okay, but I think I might just go with the Salamander. It's a little weak stat-wise, but does a bunch of damage right away. We'll try it. Alright, so... Oh, okay, so here's some of the new cards I haven't seen yet. So, Green, Blue, and Wild is probably not good for a deck that's going mostly red. Although, that's kind of those are kind of interesting effects. Although it's a little expensive for that, probably. Well, I don't know. When this creature attacks, it also damages each, so that might not be bad, though he's fairly expensive. Another Blood Obelisk would probably be good. Getting ranged for a turn, and you can move it afterwards. That's a really interesting card. That would be able to get combat stuff in a lot quicker, but it does require 5 lands and cost 3. I think I'd rather go with the Blood Obelisk. Make that a little more common. The Ogre Battler, big guy with taunt, seems good. The other stuff isn't quite as great, so we'll go with him. Alright. Dealing damage when he dies. Seems a little too expensive. Gaining stuff whenever I summon things with 5 or more life. Right now, that's 2 things. Might get more eventually. However, this guy has a combat effect. Combat gives the next combat creature 7+1/+1. Alright. So getting a combat effect might not be bad to make sure I actually have something to combo with, and he's a kind of cheaper play early on. That's interesting if I need quick land, but I think I'm going to go with the Tax Collector. Alright, so this is gaining stuff from the boost. He's just a really powerful guy, but that requires a lot of green, so probably not there. Cypher's Wrath seems good for a little bit of removal. That could be okay, but I think it would be hard with the rush. For each turn you dealt damage to your opponent. That required me to rush a little bit too. I think I'm just going to go with the light removal. Alright, so I've got another Herald of War here. That's probably going to be the pick, although the Queen's Guard with the taunt and a combat effect. I like them. Although I prefer the King's Guard for the card draw, I think. But getting Faeria is not bad. What's this guy? He's new. For each enemy creature, draw a non-blue card creature from your deck. Interesting. With a lot of red, that could be nice, but I think it's going to be between these two. I can go even farther into the combat boosting, but if I don't have other combat cards to go with it, it's probably not as good, so let's go with the Queen's Guard. Alright, so, our legendary. So, we've got, oh, Goki, that's cool to have, alright. I don't have enough legends probably to get that thing, so I'd just be getting the ones off of there. Magnus has a combat effect for me to use, but he's very expensive. I do have some amount of Faeria gain, though. The Tax Collector, Queensguard, Blood Obelisk. That might be the one then. Garriden's not bad. That's not bad either, but I think I'm going to go with Magnus. We'll try it. Alright, so we could get another Ogre Battler for the taunt. This guy is good with Rush again, so I'm not sure about that. You're just a really cheap early Faeria Gatherer with some card draw on the end, but I think I'd rather go for the big guy at that point. Yeah, I'm going to get another Ogre Battler. Alright, and our first one of the treasures. This Bloodstone Golem. Alright, so that essentially, right, that turns things back on, and you can hurt people with that. Also, destroy a creature, summon a 6/1. This is just so good for removal. I think I'm going to go with the Doom Scythe. So, instantly drawn to the combat effect, obviously, and I think that's, yeah, by far the best option. So we'll get the combat effect. We have, this is not great. This could be a nice thing to just get some defense. This, I don't think I have enough guys at all to trigger that. That guy is expensive and gains you some back, but I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the Hold the Line. Just getting some cheap taunt if I need it. So Court Jester is interesting. Oh, and we've got one of these guys. So this requires me to swallow a friendly guy, which isn't quite as good. I'm not going for lakes or forests. He's only good against other things, and then this looks fairly strong, but would require me to go a little bit into blue. So I think I'll go with the early Faeria Gatherer, with also buffing the hand. Alright, so I don't have enough stuff buffing things to make this worthwhile. This, I do have some expensive stuff. None of this stuff is really drawing me in. So I might go with the Bold Bargainer. Yeah, because I don't have enough stuff for the rest of this. So we'll go with that. Probably the Tax Collector here again. And yeah, that definitely seems like the best option. No combat effects, so let's see. We've got the buffing on near opponent's things. I don't have those guys. And this attacks all the things in the range, but once again is a very expensive card. This I will not be going enough to blue to get. I think I might go with the Boulder Thrower. Once again, it's expensive, but could be pretty good. Sure, I'll do it. I might be going too expensive with all this. Alright, probably Cypher's Wrath here, because this does let me move my guys up more, but it takes a while to get to. Gem Shield Tortoise, as I said, maybe if I'd gone into blue earlier with that. Yeah, I'm gonna get another Cypher's Wrath. Alright. So he's buffed from attacking gods. I don't know if that's good enough. Give range to a friendly creature, but you're very expensive. Add a copy of a creature. That's kind of nice, but requires a lot of blue. You'd require me to go into green. I think I'm going to go with the Firestorm here. Just all that damage dealing. Once again, though, another expensive card. Unfortunate. Mountains and forests. It's not great. Whenever you summon a creature at a higher attack than life. I don't have like any of those. So it looks like I'm probably going into another color here. Unless I just go with that, but that doesn't seem good enough. So we could get +1/+1 and jump, and it would only require a single lake. That's what they're called, right? I don't remember. Give a creature +1/+1, deal 1 damage to the structure. So that's just a little bit of buffing. This requires far, so I think I'll just get the Banquet. The single blue that I might have to drop in, but It gives me a bit of buff, so that's not bad. Alright, so that would require more buffs to work well. This might be good to do, just a cheap harvester. I can get another ogre battler, but I'm already going pretty expensive with this deck. So I think it's good to get some cheap stuff. We'll go with the flame spitter. Alright, then this is pretty, oh, so those two are the same again, and then that's really interesting. I've got some good creatures. That might be worth it, but I think actually this one, just get some more chip damage down, because I think that's kind of where this deck is going. Alright, I see a combat effect. That's going to be the one I grab, I'm almost certain. Yes. Alright, so got this one for some more reduction. That might be a good thing to do. We've got two of the explorers. Probably not those. I went a little bit into blue, but that's not good enough. So I think Bloodsong with all my expensive stuff, that should probably be pretty good. Deals a bit of damage to me, but should be nice. Fire Elemental would ramp up my land production. Or I could go with a cheap Faeria collector. So let's see, this is an explore to each player's hand. Helps them as well, as does this one with 2 cards, 2 life. I think I'll go with the Fire Elemental. Oh, alright, well, I'm getting red this time. So, there are no combat effects, which is unfortunate. Could just get a straight 4 damage. That requires me to be hurting them. Does... Oh, these guys are both essentially the same thing, just dealing a little more damage. I might get the Flame Spitter, as I said, to keep another cheap thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Alright, combat effect. Probably that one. Yep, definitely that one. Another combat effect. Probably that one. Oh, it's so expensive. Yep, I'm doing it. Alright, so, oh god, these guys are expensive. So it's gonna be the Village Elder here to drop my cost down a bit, I think. And for the card draw and everything, he seems like a good option. I could get another Kobold Warlord. Yeah. My deck is too expensive with all this stuff, I'm pretty sure. Alright, Wisdom's not very good. 3 damage could work. This could work. Or this creature is dealt damage, deal that much damage back to your opponent. That gets me into the combat stuff, but he doesn't survive very long. I think I might just go with the Flame Burst for some more attacking, and I have one more card. Alright, and it's going to be the Brigand. He's a great pick for this deck. Wish I could have seen some more of him. So, Death's Desire, destroy a creature, its control gains very good cost and draws 2 cards. That's good removal. Draw 2 cards and gain 2 Faeria, not bad. And just take another turn. Too expensive for me right now. I think the removal will be the option there. Slash the Faeria gain. So, I've got a single blue card, and other than that, it's all red. A lot of combat, but a lot of expensive stuff. So we'll see how that goes. I'd better be trying to get out to get that Faeria early on, and using some of my combat effects to get boosts. So, let's go here. See if we can find a match. Yeah, I feel like 4.7 is higher than I normally want my average Faeria to cost to be. But what do we have? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 things that cost 3. That's like a third of my deck. That's, or 9 creatures that cost 3. That's not bad, I don't think. So, alright.